Warning, you are not watching Siskel and Ebert.
You are now entering Wang World.
So time to go back with another video. I'm Strange Wang, as promised here, ranking the Mad Max films. If you saw my review for Furiosa, you know what I think about that movie. But I'm going to talk about this movie briefly when I get to it, because I don't want to spoil anything. If you want more, you can go hear it there. But it's a ranking, you know how it works. You're not stupid. Thanks button underneath this video. Click it, donate some of that habanero, that cheese, that cheddar, that mozzarella, so I don't be on YouTube asking people for money like this kid.
Give me $1, man.
Or you can subscribe. That is free. It helps out as well. If you do either of those two things, then
I appreciate that.
let's get down to brass tacks. I have at my 5th spot Mad Max and the Thunderdome. This movie is basically what Joel Schumacher did. Joel Schumacher. Right? Mad Max Beyond the Thunderdome is basically what Joel Schumacher did to the Batman franchise. This shit is corny. It's kiddified. You think they are making toys for this movie even though they never did. I'm sure someone planned a toy line and they had the Thunderdome cage with the bungee cords, because if they didn't, that's a stupid fucking decision.
Damn!
And that's how I felt about this movie. I rewatched all these films. The first 3 Mad Max films I haven't watched, and God knows how long it's been, forever.
Ever!
So it was great rewatching those. Didn't love them as much as I thought I did. This being the biggest example, because it is corny. It is corny. The characters, the acting, not good. Nothing really stands out. Her Goonies, they were just like, yeah, Ritz was a cool look. Let's all have red mohawks and shoulder pads. Like, how do they know how he was dressed? Why are there abundance of red feathers and shoulder pads? I don't know. But this movie sucks.
Like a prostitute. Oh, man.
Which is why it's at the last spot. Number 5 in the Mad Max movie rankings, in my opinion. The idea of this movie is phenomenal on paper, but execution,
not good.
Next, at my number 4 spot, we had the OG. We had Mad Max. Watching it now and when it came out, obviously there's 2 different perspectives. Obviously, I've seen movies like this. Man, family gets killed. Obviously, revenge recurs from that. Punisher, death sentence. I'm sure if I thought about it, I could go on longer.
Yeah, you're probably right.
This didn't really stand out. Mel Gibson, young Mel Gibson, he's cool, he kicks ass. But other than that, nobody really stands out in this film except for Toe Cutter. Toe Cutter was the highlight of this movie. He was a cool, edgy, badass villain. Remind me a lot of Scott Levy, Raven, if you're into professional wrestling, his character. They also kind of look alike, which is weird. But Toe Cutter, great villain with a story that nowadays it's just
Bad.
Number 3, we got Mad Max 2: The Road Warrior. And you're probably like, damn, this dude hates Mel Gibson. No, I love Mel Gibson. These movies haven't aged the best. And the biggest example with this movie is every time they shoot Lord Humongous from the back, Paul's No Diddy. That mask is absolutely
Terrible.
But this film has a lot of cool things in it. It has a lot of great things going for it. Lord Humongous, Ritz, cool ass villains. They're great. This film defined the post-apocalyptic genre. Whether you watched parodies of it growing up on cartoons, and this is their vision of post-apocalyptic, is Mad Max. People, when they see post-apocalyptic stuff, they think Mad Max. They think The Road Warrior. It's just that iconic. The look of it. And the action is great. The intensity is there. The edginess is also there. And it's really crazy because rewatching all these films, it's like, man, George Miller directed all these films, but he is basically made every parallel to the Batman franchise. First two, edgy, cool, different for the time. Third one, cartoony as fuck. We didn't get a Mad Max 4. That was so outlandish. I guess they realized we ain't fucking with this. Then the reboot is something totally fucking different. It blows everybody away. And known as some of the greatest films ever. Dark Knight, Batman Begins, Fury Road. We'll see what Furiosa does, but all the parallels. This film's good. It is really good considering the time period it's in. But again, Brain lives in 2024. I live in 2024. I can watch these and appreciate them. But when you're comparing, you can't beat it.
Don't get mad at me. I'm just saying what you can't say. You feel the same goddamn way I feel.
You don't have the best budget. It's not always going to work out for you. In this case, it worked out. You made a classic. But you went on to make much better films. Like my number 2, I think Furiosa is a better film. And that's just because of what Mad Max films can do now. We can have these crazy car chases that are much better than what we had back then with the practical effects. And when you mix those both together, you have a wonderful concoction of madness on camera, which is so thrilling for an audience member to watch. You can't help but fall in love with these movies and be glued to the screen like I was during Furiosa. Great story, great backstory. Probably the best prequel of all time.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
I don't know how anyone could make a Mad Max ranking like, yeah, Fury Road's not number 1. That would blow my mind. Fury Road is an art piece, is a masterpiece, is a work of art, and that's words you don't hear when it comes to someone describing an action film. George Miller did the unthinkable, and he made a work of art that everyone stopped and they were like, oh my god.
That there's impressive.
Because it really is that freaking good. You have the special effects, CGI on point. You have the acting so well done. You have Furiosa taking over the movie, which even that slight difference from watching the trailers to seeing the movie, I'm not going into the movie thinking I'm going to be up Furiosa's ass and so invested in her character when the film's called Mad Max. So even that was a little refreshing. And what they did with this movie was, again, mind-blowing. It's incredible. You don't make works of art like this when it comes to action movies. And he did top to bottom, whether it's a story, whether it's the cinematography, acting, action sequences, choreography. Everything in this movie is a 9 or a 10 out of 10 on technique and quality, which is why, in my opinion, it's the best Mad Max movie there is. Let me know down in the comment section below your opinion. What's your Mad Max rankings? Scroll back up, hit the like button, share the video, and subscribe.
One more thing.
If you do like Mad Max content, at the end of this video, you're going to see my review for Mad Max and our top 5 post-apocalyptic movies, myself and Nate. Coming this next week, Sunday, maybe, I think Sunday, Mad Max ranking of the villains. The villains of the franchise will be ranked by yeah boy. Woo! So subscribe if you want to hear it. Yeah boy. Talk about Mad Max. Villains.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.